What up, guys? Spotter here. We got Destiny the Taken King releasing tomorrow, September 15th, 2015. Are you ready? Man, that update, Destiny 2.0 update last week was 17.5 gigs, and I'm pretty sure that's all the Taken King content. So even if you're not getting the Taken King, you downloaded it probably anyway. Last week, that was insane, and the servers were running so slow. Anyways, are you ready for this? So I'm going to go through some of the major things that changed, and I'm going to link you to the patch notes. You guys have probably already been through this, but I kind of want to do it as a quick review. I'm not going to touch on everything, and then we're going to talk about, okay, well, what are the things that we're doing today to get ready for tomorrow? And tomorrow, man, we're going to have a lot of content for you guys. The Taken King starting tomorrow, and all week. The raid doesn't release until Friday. So yeah, there's some things that we're going to be doing this week, all right? Let's go over, some of the major things. So character level and light level have now been separated, okay? So remember, originally we level our characters to level 20, and then our light level would get us to 34. Well, now our characters have that level 34, and the light level, everything has been normalized to year one anyway, to 170 light level, or approximately 170 light level, okay? There are some, things that you can get that are a bit higher than 170, but for the most part, it's 170. So the only thing I can see that character level dictates is that it prevents you from equipping certain items. So, the XP that you gain in-game is going to go towards your character level, and then once you level it up, then you're going to be able to equip certain items. So we're going to see probably armor and weapon drops in year 2 in the Taken King that are going to require, beyond level 34 character level up to level 40. So the level cap is going to be raised to 40 starting tomorrow. And, one of the major things that you're not going to be able to equip is artifacts, okay? Artifacts are not available until level 40. And I have no idea what these are. I have not watched any of the previews. I don't want to know. They've, Bungie and Activision have released so much information on Destiny the Taken King. I didn't want any part of it, man. I want to experience it, and we're going to see it all tomorrow. So I haven't watched anything. I don't know what artifacts are, and I don't know how, how they're going to impact things. But they will impact your light level. So light level, so we have 169. Light level is now an average of all your light levels equipped for your weapons and your ghost. So your ghost now actually has a light level, okay? All your armor and your class item, which also has a light level, and then the artifact, which won't be available until level 40, okay? So light level, again, approximately 170 for year 1. I think even if you have, I'm pretty sure the Vex Mytho class can be upgraded to light level 177, but as an average, if you have 170 on everything else, it's still going to be 170, maybe 171. I'm not sure. Anyways, tomorrow it goes up to 280. So 280 is going to be max. You're going to need to get to level 40. You're going to have 280, fully upgraded armor to 280, class item to 280, your artifact, whatever they are, and I have no idea how to get them. That's going to have to get to 280, and then everything else on your weapons and your ghost. So you're going to have to find a new ghost, okay? And then that's going to give you up to 280. And then, if you're at that max level, it's going to be the best case scenario for you when going through the raid on Friday. And I don't know if they're going to even be releasing, a normal raid on Friday and then hold back the hard raid so, we can beta test the raid again. And then they can hopefully fix a lot of the issues before they release the hard mode. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen like that again, but I guess we'll see. Okay? Well, just going back to the 170 for a moment. The 170 level, it used to be 365. They basically normalized it back down to 170 for year 1 and 280 for year 2. And that includes also all the enemies. So all the enemies' attack and defense stats have also been normalized to this 170, supposedly. All right? I'm sure there are going to be issues, but we'll work through it. These stats also, intellect, discipline, and strength have been renormalized. They do have a maximum of 170. I do like the fact that you can actually see what the max is as opposed to kind of, guessing with the bar that we used to have. And they're also tiered, so you don't, improve your abilities. So right here, right, it reduces the cooldown time of Golden Gun, allowing you to use it more often. Well, it's tiered, so the cooldown is 5 minutes, 14 seconds, and that's not going to improve unless I get to tier 3. Okay, so right now we're at 55, 170, we're in tier 2, cooldown's 514, and if we get to tier 3, then it's going to improve. If we go back down to tier 1, it's going to take longer, and the same goes for this, the rest of these things. So, right now, it looks like possibly that the year 2 items are going to have higher stats for these things, because I mean right now we're not very high level, and I think if we found everything for strength, we still wouldn't be, we may not even be at the 5th tier, or we may be just into the 5th tier and we won't have anything on these guys. So we'll have to see, and if the stats also, you know, right now we don't have anything for the cloak, but perhaps other cloaks that we can unlock or find in year 2 are also going to help improve these stats, as well as the artifacts. So that remains to be seen, okay? Vault inventory has been increased. We now have 72 slots, I believe, both for weapons as well as armor, okay? And we have 36. The gunsmith has been modified, and I'm also hearing, you know, I've tried to stay away from a lot of stuff, but I've also been hearing that you can infuse weapons to help make them better or to level them up. But currently, you know, the gunsmith can now be leveled. So right now, we're sitting at rank 0. If you ran the Nightfall and you completed what we're going to show you with these test weapons, if you actually had the Nightfall and you had the additional XP, you could have leveled the gunsmith to level 1. And there were no rewards for level 1. So possibly a reward will work in to something tomorrow, or you know, you're going to require the gunsmith to be a certain level in order to do things. But last week, I can't remember if it was Thursday or not, Bungie released these field test weapons that the gunsmith had, and you can just, you know, take them and go out and try them out. All right, we did that, and if we look at the weapons, so I do have them in my inventory here. So here's the first one, the Hawk Test A Pulse Rifle. Kills, well, let's look at the stats on this thing. So we got kinetic damage, we got the fires an additional projectile with each burst, we have the SC Hollow, improved target acquisition, and relentless tracker. So some of these perks on these guns are pretty cool. Kills with this weapon grant enhanced motion tracker resolution for a short time. Now, if you notice the description, Hawk prototype, make precision shots with this weapon to gather data for Hawk's armament scientists. And if we look again here, okay, at the item, it says completed, right, under the description. So we completed that. We went and got a bunch of precision kills with the gun, and we completed that, and that's what works to level up the gunsmith. So when you complete the challenges, let's call them challenges for individual weapons, that's going to add to your gunsmith reputation and level him up. Again, it remains to be seen, you know, what unlocks we're going to see for what levels for the gunsmith. So we might have the infusion that we can't do until like level 2 or 3, and it remains to be seen if there are going to be rewards for leveling up the gunsmith at each tier. Okay, so far, again, for year 1, maybe it'll come into play tomorrow, but there has been nothing confirmed for level 1 reward. All right, Eris Morn has been moved from her spots over there. Her ship is no longer there. I guess she got tired of hanging out over there. So she's now down here under the stairs. And she can only be ranked up now. She doesn't give quests anymore. She can only be ranked up by going through Crota's End raid, okay? By killing things in Crota's End or getting rewards out of Crota's End and coming back here and giving them to Eris in order to get stuff. So again, we don't know if she's going to be selling certain things at a certain rank. You know, rank 4 was her maximum previous to tomorrow, or even last week. I'm not even sure because I haven't run the Crota's End raid, so I'm assuming maybe you can rank her up right now. But again, she might have different rewards and also other stuff for sale starting tomorrow. Remains to be seen. Okay? Also, down here, we have a few kiosks, okay? So we're going to go to the first one over here. All activities in year 1 have been converted to quest lines, okay? So you can go through, and these are abandoned quests. You can go and, you know, take one of these, and you get additional XP. So, I mean, you can go and run missions to get character XP. Let's say, because there's no longer an advantage to having 3 different characters, like 3 hunters, which I used to have. I'm actually looking at creating a Titan and a Warlock, possibly. And going through the quest lines, yes, you can rerun the entire game, but going through the quest lines, like, let's say, afterwards, are going to give you additional XP. So you have, you know, Hunter Rises, and it looks like our first step in this quest is to find a ship and use it to escape to the city. So, you know, it kind of revisits some of the quests that, or some of the missions that we played through the entire game, just in a different way, because you might not have to do a certain story mission in order that we did from the start when we had a new character. It's going to take you through a select number of missions that are appropriate to a Hunter Rising, right? So we got the Dark Below, the story of Eris Morn and her fight against the Hive God Crota against the Hive. This is the tale of the renewed war against the light. Nothing Left But the Fall and House of Wolves. Okay? So, if you're looking for additional XP, then go through these quests, and they're set up quite nicely. I do like them. So that's quests. Over here, we have exotic armor and exotic weapon kiosks. So if we look at the exotic weapons first, you'll notice that this is all the year 2 stuff. If we go over here to the next page, this is year 1. So exotic weapon blueprints from year 1. And we haven't discovered, I haven't discovered some of these. I never got the Necrochasm, the Hard Light, the Dreg's Promise, or the Lord of Wolves shotgun, okay? So I don't have those items, so I can't acquire them, all right? So if let's say you got rid of your weapon from year 1, you don't actually have to find it again. You can go here and just acquire the blueprint and create a new one, I presume. I haven't actually done it, okay? But if we look here, this is interesting, right? So this shows you year 2 exotic weapon blueprints, and you can see all these are locked because we haven't discovered them. These are all year 2 primaries, year 2 specials, and year 2 heavies. So we're going to have 3 heavies, we're going to have 6 specials, and we're going to have 8 primaries. On the other hand, we have some interesting things here. These are the only exotics that were from year 1 that are going to be able to be acquired and or upgraded in year 2. We got the Suros Regime, we got the Monte Carlo, the Bad Juju, the Hawk Moon, the Last Word, and the Red Death. For primaries, we only have 1 special, that's the Invective Shotgun, and 2 heavies, the Thunderlord, all right, and the Truth. No Galahorn, guys. Galahorn is going to stay at 170 attack. You're not going to be able to upgrade it to 280. So I'm assuming, I'm not sure if we can actually upgrade our existing exotics, or we have to wait until we get to level 40, then acquire these exotic blueprints via legendary marks. And that's another thing. Legendary marks are going to be the new currency. You won't have Vanguard marks or Crucible marks anymore. They're going to be combined into legendary marks. All right? So there you go. So I'm not going to dismantle anything because, again, I'm not sure if we can upgrade our existing exotics or we have to actually buy new blueprints. We'll have to see. And then we have the new ones here, all right? Okay, and if we go over to the exotic armor blueprints and check out the year 1, I have all of them except this guy. I never got the Bones of Yao, all right? So I have all these ones. And if we go into the year 2, we're going to see 3 new helmets, 2 new chest pieces, and 1 pair of boots. Exotic boots for the Hunter. We have 3 helmets that are going to be able to be converted over. All right, we've got 2 gauntlets and 1 chest piece. So no boots. That's going to be interesting. So we only have 1 pair of boots that we can get for exotic. One other thing that I'm not sure about either, right? With the class items. So, previously in year 1, you can only equip 1 exotic item. I'm assuming that we might actually be able to get an exotic ghost shell. In which case, on this side, we may only be able to equip, if we have the Galahorn equipped, we may not be able to equip the exotic ghost shell. And the same for this side, right? So I'm assuming that we're still going to have the restriction of 1 exotic equipable on, per side in our inventory here, right? So we might have exotic artifacts that we can equip, or exotic cloaks for the Hunter. Also to note is the Stranger's Rifle. You remember you get that for completing the game, and you can actually do this. We went through the quest line for the Stranger, basically, and we got the Stranger's Rifle as a reward. It's now a legendary rifle, which is great because, the Stranger's Rifle, when you first got it, was pretty good, but then, not long after, it was completely useless. So there are rumors, and I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but the Stranger's Rifle may have an upgrade path similar to the Necrochasm, where we can upgrade it to an exotic. I'm not sure, but we did go back to get it. That's one of the things, are you ready? That's one of the things we wanted to get and make sure that we had was the legendary Stranger's Rifle. So we do have it. It's only 110 attack, but I haven't upgraded it. So it should have a max 170 attack level. It's weird, it doesn't show us 110 out of 170 or whatever. 110 attack. Okay, so that's one of the things we did to get ready. So guys, as far as the Crucible, 2 new game modes were added, Rift as well as Mayhem Clash, okay? And there are some new maps that are available. I believe I think all the existing maps from Destiny and the 2 DLCs are now available to everybody, but they've added some maps from the Taken King for, I believe, I'm not sure if it's only these game modes, but they are in there. So we have taken a look at Rift, and we have taken a look at, we haven't taken a look actually at Mayhem Clash, but they are in there for you guys, and I'm assuming some of this other stuff is going to get updated tomorrow, okay? Cinematics can be skipped now, which is awesome. There's a Prelude cinematic, which we can't unlock because, we got to enter the code purchase. All right, the collector's edition. Cinematics can now be skipped. It only took them a year to do that. Woohoo! And also, I just want to say that I personally think that Nolan North sucks as the Ghost. Just saying. You might have a different opinion. But, yeah, I don't know. Nolan North is pretty awesome, but as the Ghost, yeah, I don't like it too much. All right, so getting ready for the Taken King, what have we done? Well, there are specific quests for each character subclass. So you can see here I have a Path of the Gunslinger quest and Path of the Blade Dancer quest. And these quests actually provide you with a reward that is a higher level class item. So in this case, I can get 2 cloaks, and I believe they will be approximately light level 220. So right now I have a 160. I can probably get a 170 somewhere. Not sure where. But I can currently, once I complete these, supposedly get 2 cloaks at level 220. I'm not sure if I have to level them up or if they're just going to be 220 right off the bat. They might have perks as well. Not sure. So I'm going to complete these today in order to make sure that I have those cloaks. So at least, as I'm leveling up, I can have higher level, like higher light level, and be more effective against enemies in the Taken King. So I've got these 2. I'm on step 8 of the Gunslinger, so I got to run a strike and to get kills using Golden Gun. And then here I'm on step 2 for Path of the Blade Dancer. And basically all you have to do is equip whatever subclass and then go to orbit or go to the tower from orbit, etc. And then you'll automatically get the subclass quest, okay? I also did, and you'll notice over here that we have bounty slots upgraded to 16, so you can hold 16 slots or 16 bounties, and I've completed 16 of them, okay? So I have, they vary in experience. There used to be 5,000 XP bounties, but I haven't seen those. I'm only seeing 3,000 and 2,500. So I wanted to make sure that I had 16 completed so that I can turn them in. I'm going to wait to turn them in till tomorrow when the level cap is upgraded to 40, or it's increased to 40. And possibly if I have found a weapon or an armor piece and I have them equipped so I can level them up faster, okay? I also have, again, don't really like this whole deal, but I mean, if it was just XP, it would be fine. But I do have 2 Focus Light, which was from the Red Bull promotion, and this will aid on your adventures, increasing all XP gains for a short duration. I believe it's like 30 minutes. So I'm going to save that. I'll use that, and, when I turn this in, I'll wait until I have like a gun and armor, possibly. Turn them all in so that I can level up to 40 as quickly as possible, so that I can equip all the items that I want, and I can unlock artifacts as quickly as possible prior to the raid. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. That is, Destiny 2.0, the Taken King out tomorrow. We'll have this unlocked, and just wanted to run through it quickly with you guys to make sure we're all prepared. Are you guys all psyched? I'm pretty psyched for the Taken King. I'm really hoping that Destiny 2.0 is everything we hope that Destiny 1.0 would have been, and I guess we'll find out tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of stuff for you tomorrow. We're going to be going through the storyline missions, the strikes, looking at weapons, and prepping for the raid this coming Friday. What, you guys ready? Oh, we will be. So stay tuned here on the channel, guys. We'll be back with lots more stuff starting tomorrow. I'm Spider, and I'm out.